listen to me. Put the phone down, close the other tabs, and look at me. Or better yet, look in the mirror. Look deep into your own pupils until you see the fear. We are going to have a very uncomfortable conversation today. We are going to perform open heart surgery on your ego without anesthesia. We are going to talk about that shiny piece of metal sitting in your driveway, that badge of honor you think you earned, that four-wheeled cage you call success. We are going to talk about why the true masters of this game, the ones who actually own the board, are driving invisible cars while you are suffocating in a leather-wrapped coffin with a German logo on the hood. Imagine an intersection in any major American city, let's say Los Angeles or Miami or the suburbs of Dallas. It is Tuesday morning. The sun is beating down on the asphalt. In the left lane, there is a brand new triple black BMW X5. It is gleaming. It looks aggressive. It looks like power. Inside, the air conditioning is set to 68 degrees. The driver is wearing a suit that costs $2,000. He is gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles are white. He is 35 years old. He makes $200,000 a year, and his cortisol levels are high enough to kill a horse. He is screaming into a Bluetooth headset, terrified about a quarterly review, terrified about his mortgage, terrified that the world is going to find out he has $3,000 in his checking account and $40,000 in credit card debt. He is a premium poor. He is a high-functioning slave. Now look at the right lane. There is a Toyota Tacoma, or maybe a 10-year-old Land Cruiser with a dent in the rear bumper. The paint is faded. There is a sticker on the back window from a national park. Inside, the driver is wearing a plain t-shirt and jeans. He is sipping a coffee he made at home. He is listening to an audiobook about stoicism, or maybe just listening to the hum of the engine. He is 50 years old. He has not checked his bank account in 3 weeks because it does not matter. He has a net worth of $8 million. He owns the building the BMW driver is rushing to. He owns the debt the BMW driver is drowning in. He is free, and he drives a Toyota. This is the glitch in the matrix. This is the visual representation of the great American lie. You have been programmed from the moment you opened your eyes as a baby to believe that success makes noise. You have been taught that wealth screams. But let me tell you the cold, brutal truth that the system does not want you to know. Money talks, but wealth whispers. And right now, your car is screaming at the top of its lungs that you are broke. We need to dissect this pathology. We need to rip apart the psychology of the American consumer, this bipedal cattle that grazes on debt and defecates future freedom. Why does the poor man, or the middle-class man who is one paycheck away from oblivion, feel the burning biological need to drive a luxury car? It is not about transportation. If it were about transportation, everyone would drive a Honda Civic. It is a machine that moves you from point A to point B. No, the luxury car is an emotional support animal for your insecure ego. It is a physical manifestation of a desperation to belong. You are signaling to the tribe. You are saying, look at me. I am valuable. I have resources. Please do not exile me. But here is where the trap snaps shut. The system, the financial predators, the marketing geniuses on Madison Avenue, they know this. They have weaponized your insecurity. They have created a hierarchy of badges. They have turned the road into a masquerade ball where everyone is wearing a mask of prosperity while bleeding out underneath. You see, the BMW, the Mercedes, the Audi, they are not cars. They are subscription services to a false reality. When you sign that lease, you are not buying a vehicle. You are renting a feeling. You are renting a temporary dopamine hit that fades the moment you drive off the lot. And what is the cost of this dopamine? It is your soul. It is your time. It is your sovereignty. Let's do the bakery math. I love bakery math because it does not lie. It is simple, it is crude, and it destroys your excuses. Let's take our rat. Let's call him Tyler. Tyler wants the BMW. The sticker price is $65,000. Tyler does not have $65,000. Tyler has $5,000 and a credit score that he nurtures like a sick puppy. So Tyler leases the car. He puts $4,000 down. He signs a contract for 36 months. His payment is $900 a month. But wait, that is just the beginning. The insurance on a luxury German vehicle for a male in a metropolitan area? Add another $300. Premium gas only. Add another $200. Now, let's talk about the silent killer, depreciation. The moment Tyler drives that car off the lot, it loses 11% of its value. In 3 years, that car will be worth 50% of what it was new. Tyler is paying interest on a depreciating asset. He is literally burning money to look rich to people at stoplights who do not know him and do not care about him. Over the course of that 3-year lease, Tyler will spend roughly $50,000 out of pocket when you factor in everything. And at the end of the 3 years, he owns nothing. Zero. He hands the keys back. He is back at square one. But he is 3 years older and $50,000 poorer. The dealership looks at him, smiles, and says, "Hey, Tyler, look at this new model. It has ambient lighting." And Tyler, because he is a rat, because he is addicted to the validation, signs up for another 3 years. He is on the hamster wheel, running at full speed, going absolutely nowhere. Now look at the sovereign. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus buys a 3-year-old Toyota Avalon or a Camry. He pays $20,000 cash. Does it hurt to write that check? Maybe. But the pain is temporary. The car is his. He owns the title. There is no bank looking over his shoulder. The insurance is cheap. The maintenance involves changing the oil and rotating the tires. The car starts every single morning. It does not break. It is boring. It is invisible. And because it is boring, Marcus does not think about it. He does not identify with it. Now, here is the magic. Marcus takes that $900 a month that Tyler is sending to the BMW dealership and he invests it. He buys the S&P 500. He buys real estate. He buys Bitcoin. He buys assets that appreciate. Let's project this out over 20 years. Tyler has gone through 6 or 7 lease cycles. He has spent nearly $500,000 on cars and owns nothing. Marcus still has his Toyota, or maybe he bought a second used one 10 years in, but that monthly investment? With compound interest, that $900 a month over 20 years is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Marcus has a portfolio. Tyler has a collection of receipts and a desperate need to upgrade his lease because his self-esteem is tied to the model year of his grill. Do you understand the gravity of this? The rich drive Toyotas not because they are cheap, but because they understand the concept of opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend on a liability is a soldier you are killing before the war even starts. The rich man looks at $50,000 and sees a down payment on a duplex that will pay him for the rest of his life. The poor man looks at $50,000 and sees a way to look like he has money for 3 years. It is a fundamental difference in operating systems. One is playing chess. The other is playing hungry hippos. But it goes deeper than money. This is about psychological warfare. The system wants you in a BMW. The system wants you in a Range Rover. Why? Because high-maintenance cars create high-maintenance employees. If you have a massive car payment, you cannot quit your job. You cannot take a risk. You cannot start a business. You have to shut up, eat the stress, and obey your boss, because you need that direct deposit to hit on the 15th, or they come and take your identity away. This is the golden handcuffs, or rather, the chrome-plated handcuffs. The rich know this. They know that a low overhead equals freedom. If your car costs nothing to run, if your house is modest, you are dangerous. You can walk away from a deal. You can tell a client to go to hell. You have leverage. Sovereignty is the ability to say no, and you cannot say no when you owe Mercedes-Benz Financial Services $1,200 a month for the next 72 months. Let's talk about the engineering of these traps. Have you ever really looked at a modern luxury car? It is designed to fail. It is designed with planned obsolescence, plastic water pumps, electronics that require proprietary software to diagnose. They are making you dependent on the dealership network. You are not just buying a car. You are entering a toxic marriage with a service department. The rich man in the Toyota? He avoids this ecosystem entirely. He values reliability over flash. He values utility over vanity. He knows that the most luxurious feature a car can have is the ability to be ignored. I want you to think about the phrase premium poor. This is a new caste system in America. These are people who make 6 figures, who live in zip codes they cannot afford, who drive cars that cost more than their parents' first house, and who have a net worth of negative $50,000. They are drowning in appearance. They are the perfect consumers. They are the batteries that power the matrix. They work 80 hours a week to maintain an image for an audience that is also working 80 hours a week to maintain their image. It is a circle jerk of misery. And the worst part? The people you are trying to impress, the actual rich people, they are laughing at you. When a billionaire sees a 25-year-old in an M3, he does not think, wow, that kid is successful. He thinks, look, fresh meat. Look, a liability. Look, someone who has no understanding of capital allocation. Real wealth does not need to advertise. If you are truly powerful, you do not need a loud exhaust pipe to announce your arrival. Your presence is enough. The silence of the Toyota driver is deafening because it screams confidence. It screams, I do not need your validation. I know what I have in the bank. I know who I am. You have to understand the history here. In the United States, the car was sold as the ultimate symbol of freedom. Go anywhere, do anything. But somewhere along the line, it became a mobile credit score. It became a way to segregate society. And now, we have reached a point of absurdity. We have people eating instant noodles in apartments with no furniture so they can park a Porsche in the garage. This is mental illness, normalized by marketing. So, how do we break this? How do you exit this highway to hell? You have to kill the rat inside you that craves the shiny object. You have to embrace the philosophy of the utilitarian. You need to develop an allergy to depreciation. You need to look at a BMW and not see luxury, but see a parasite. You need to see a ticking time bomb of financial ruin. This requires a radical shift in identity. You have to be willing to be the weird one in your friend group. You have to be willing to drive the beater while your friends are leasing the new models. They will make jokes. They will ask if you're having money troubles. Let them. Smile at them. Smile the smile of a predator who knows he is winning. While they are stressing about scratches on their rims, you are buying their apartment complex. While they are working overtime to pay for the heated seats, you are retiring 15 years early. The path to sovereignty is paved with used cars. It is paved with unsexy decisions. It is paved with the discipline to delay gratification. You must understand that the goal is not to look rich. The goal is to be rich. And these are two diametrically opposed objectives in the modern world. To look rich, you spend money. To be rich, you keep money. It is that simple, and yet 95% of the population fails this IQ test every single day. I want you to imagine a new scenario. You are driving a $5,000 Honda. It has a tape deck. The AC takes a minute to get cold. You pull up next to that BMW X5. The driver looks down at you with sneering contempt. He sees a loser. He sees a peasant. And you look back at him and you see a slave. You see a man in chains made of gold. You see a victim of the system. You feel pity. That is the moment you win. That is the moment you transcend the matrix. You need to make a pact with yourself today. No more financing depreciating metal. No more leasing feelings. If you cannot buy it twice in cash without blinking, you cannot afford it. Period. End of story. We are going back to basics. We are going back to building an invisible empire. Let the rats race for the cheese in the trap. We are building the trap. So here is what you are going to do. If you have a car payment that is choking you, you are going to sell it. Tomorrow, you are going to take the loss. You are going to bleed now, so you can stop bleeding forever. You are going to buy something reliable, something ugly, something that runs forever, and you are going to take that monthly payment, and you are going to buy your freedom. You are going to stack assets until your passive income pays for a Ferrari, and even then, you probably won't want it, because by then you will have tasted the ultimate luxury, not giving a damn. I want to know who is really listening. I want to know who has the stomach for this. In the comments, I want you to write the phrase invisible empire. This is our code. This tells me you are done with the circus. This tells me you are trading the costume for the crown. Invisible empire. Write it. Own it. Stop driving your wealth into the ground. Start driving your destiny. Do not be the poor man in the BMW. Be the king in the Toyota. The road is long and only the lightweight survive. Wake up. Make the rat inside you today. Dismissed.